The way we think defines the way we live. For years, psychologists, philosophers, and leaders have agreed on something fundamental. Your mindset is the filter through which you perceive reality. If your mindset is focused on scarcity, you will live in fear, with a constant sense of lack and limitation. But if you develop an abundance mindset, your life opens up to new opportunities, gratitude, and the possibility of creating a better future. Today, we will explore how the abundance mindset can transform your life, what makes it different from the scarcity mindset, and how you can cultivate it in your daily routine. The big question is, what if changing the way you think could change absolutely everything in your life? The scarcity mindset is the mental pattern that makes us believe there is never enough. It's that thought that says, if someone wins, I lose, or there isn't enough for everyone. When you live with scarcity, you constantly compare yourself to others. You measure your value in relation to what others have, and you always fall short. This mindset makes you accumulate, fear losing, and avoid sharing. Everyday examples of the scarcity mindset: fear of spending because of the idea of running out, refusing to invest in yourself because it's too risky, feeling jealousy or envy towards the success of others. The scarcity mindset limits your ability to grow because you focus more on protecting the little you have rather than seeking the much you could create. The abundance mindset, on the other hand, is believing that there are always more opportunities, more resources, and more possible paths. It's looking at life from a perspective of growth rather than fear. A person with an abundance mindset understands that someone else's success takes nothing away from them. On the contrary, it can be inspiration. They know that sharing multiplies, that giving opens doors, and that thinking big expands the mind. Examples of the abundance mindset: sharing knowledge, knowing that teaching strengthens your own learning, viewing failures as lessons, not defeats, investing in long-term projects, trusting in the potential of the future. Abundance doesn't mean having more money, it means thinking in a way that turns every situation into an opportunity for growth. Science supports what many philosophies have long taught. The way we think, literally, changes our brain. Positive psychology has shown that focusing on gratitude, optimism, and personal strengths improves mental health, reduces stress, and increases resilience. Neuroscience explains that our brain has plasticity. It adapts and reshapes itself depending on what we repeat. If every day we repeat thoughts of scarcity, we reinforce that neural network. But if we practice gratitude, affirmations, and visualization, little by little our brain rewires itself for abundance. Studies also show that people who practice gratitude feel more satisfied with their lives, build stronger relationships, and even achieve greater professional success. Science confirms it. Abundance begins in the mind, and from there it transforms reality. Theory is powerful, but stories are even more convincing. Think of great entrepreneurs who failed multiple times before finding success. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the very company he founded. Instead of giving up, he chose to see that experience as an opportunity. He built new companies, gained experience, and later returned to Apple to transform it into one of the most valuable companies in the world. That is an example of abundance, seeing in a loss the seed of new creation. Another case is that of people who choose to share instead of hoard. There are communities that, in times of crisis, instead of competing for resources, decide to cooperate, exchange, and support each other. That mindset not only helps them survive, but it also strengthens bonds and multiplies results. Abundance is a way of seeing life that turns every challenge into a possibility, every failure into a lesson, and every resource into a seed for something greater. The good news is that the abundance mindset is not something you are born with. It's something you can train. Some daily practices you can apply. Daily gratitude. Every morning or night, write down 3 things you are grateful for. This shifts your focus from what's missing to what you already have. Visualization. Imagine your ideal life in detail, as if you were already living it. The brain doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination, and it starts creating connections to bring you closer to it. Positive affirmations. Repeat phrases like, I am capable of creating new opportunities, or there is abundance in my life. This reinforces mental patterns of confidence and openness. Abundance is cultivated with small habits that, when repeated, transform the way you see the world